Hey guys, CODENUM this side, and this is the sixth video of the Java tutorial series. In this series I talk about some of the basic functions and structures of Java, and with that let's start this video. So, have you ever thought that what will you do if I say that just make a list of 30 students and then give me the nth number of students name? So what will you do in this case? Because you cannot achieve this thing with just using the primitive variables. Each primitive variable has a specific name, and even if you give a number at the ending of that variable, it will be taken as a string rather than a number. So here you cannot just achieve this thing with using the primitive type variables. So rather what you have to use is called an array. Now, what is array? Array is a collection of same type of variables which have the same name but different sub number or subscript, what you say. And to locate each variable, you have to give the number, and then you can locate the individual variables from the list. So let me give an example. If I open Paint and let this line be A, name this line A, and we are all familiar with graphs and all these stuffs. So if this point is 1 and this point is 2 and then so on, 3, then 4, and if it is a whole number graph, we know what is whole number. So then to locate each of these places I have to write A1, so this place is located, then A2 means this place, and 3, 4 and so on. So here what is happening, that this graph has a name A and each point has a number. It has 1, 2, 3, and to locate each point we have to give the name and then the number, and that point is located. Similarly, in an array, if we give the variable name and then the variable number, it is given inside a square brackets, something n number, then that variable inside the array will be located. Another good example is if I open Excel, then here is a big spreadsheet and each column is named A, B, C, D and so on, and each row is named 1, 2, 3 and like this, infinite, not infinite but very big. So if we take this A column as an array of name A, then each of this cell is a variable of this array with number 1, then 2, then 3, 4 and so on. These are each of the variables of array A, and they could contain any number, and it all is collectively an array of A. Okay, the one difference which it has with actual array is that here the numbering starts from 1, 2 then 3, but in actual array the numbering starts from 0. So first there will be 0, then 1, then 2, 3 and like this, so on. Otherwise it is same. Now different programming languages have different ways of declaring an array, but the concept of the array is same. It is a collection of same type of data. Here it is maybe a float data type because it can contain float types also. So take A as a float type variable, and each of this cell is an individual variable of type float. It is an array of float type. And one more thing is that there are two types of arrays. One is the one-dimensional array which you are seeing right now, and another one is the two-dimensional array. Now two-dimensional means there is another line on another axis here, and it will also have the numbering 1, then 2 and 3. It is a typical graph type. Okay, now to locate any of these places we have to give two number like a1 and 1, so it locates this position. A2 4 is like this position, it's out of screen. Okay, like this. An array could also have two-dimensional thing, like it is a one-dimensional and it will be a two-dimensional. Like if you give another square bracket and give something number, then it become a two-dimensional array. So now let's see how to declare and work with arrays. For that, let's open BlueJ, and here I've created an array class which is totally empty as usual. So now for declaration of any array, we have to first give the data type. So let's give int and then give something name, say a, and then give an empty square bracket, open and close. There is nothing inside it, just empty. And then equals, write new, it's a keyword in Java, and then again write the data type int, and then inside this square bracket write the number of arrays you want to create. Say if you want to create 10 number of arrays, then by this statement 10 arrays of name a and different number are created from a0 to a9. There are 10 arrays inside a now, a0 to a9. If you increase this number, the number of arrays will again increase and vice versa. So this is how to declare any array in Java. If you take any other type, say double, the same procedure is to follow. Like this, any data type, the same procedure. And another thing is that to create a double dimensional data, these are the single dimensional array. To create any double dimensional array, you have to give, say, a name s, and then rather than giving one empty bracket, give two empty bracket. This indicates two dimensional, and then equals, again new, the data type, and then give two square brackets and two numbers. Like for the column, say write 4, and for the rows, say write 9. So total 36 arrays are created. To locate each of them, you can write s00, then 01, 02, like that. This can be accessed. It's like this. The A has 4 and 9 here. So there are 4 columns, rows, and then like this there are 9 more. There are 9 more. Okay. And to access any of them, you can write 0, 0, then I think this one, the first one is for the column and the second one is for the row. You can write 0, 1 for this one, 0, 2 for this one write 1, 0, this one 1, 1, like this. Okay. Now let's delete this double dimensional array and work with single dimensional array, but using it is like the same. there is no difference on some of the specifications for double dimension array, both are same. So now let's create a simple program. So in this program we will be having an array of length 10, and then we will take the data from the user for the 10 variables. This will be an integer variable, and we will take the data from user and we will find out the greatest number among the 10 variables. This is a very simple program, and we will be using arrays obviously. So for taking data from the user, you have to write import java.util.star. If you have not watched the previous video of mine in this topic, then please check it out. Now I have to write scanner s equals new scanner in the bracket system.in, and now we are ready to take input from the user. Now I will be using for loop, because in using for loop you can iterate through every number of the variable and you can take input of all of them. Okay, it's dynamic. If you increase the number from 10 to 20, it will also work. So as I've said that the number of this array starts from 0, then 0 to 9. Here's the number is from 0 to 9, 10 variables. So we will take int I equals 0, and then until I less than a dot length. Now this length function returns this number. This is the length of the array, and this length function returns this value. And I've written less than because see, the maximum value of I will be 9. If I write a10, it will be invalid because there is no a10. So here the maximum value of I could be 9 because it's less than 10. So maximum value is 9, and so I gave it. You can also write less than equals a dot length minus 10, but this statement is much easier. And then just I plus plus. Inside it write a in the bracket I equals sc dot next int. This will take the data from the user. Obviously you can give some statement. Enter number and then I plus 1. Here I write I plus 1 because the number of I at the starting will be 0, but if we write enter number 0, it will be confusing for the user. So we write I plus 1, so enter number 1, then 2, 3, and like this. So this program will take data from the user. Now for the greatest number, we will take another data, say int s, and we will assign the first variable value. We have assigned, or I have assigned the first variable value because if any of the number is not greatest, then this number will remain. So if we give this number, you will understand if we write the program. So I can write for int I equals 0, the same line again, just copy it. And now if a the bracket I greater than s, then make s equals a in the bracket I. Now we can print the greatest number is s. That's complete. Now let's see is it working or not. I've tried number 1. Oh, there is something I have to add. It will work fine. Just the sorry, actually gave this time mistakenly. Okay, so here we have to write another line, not line, just add this thing. Now you can see it gives a colon, so it's easy for us to differentiate. The last number is this. So the greatest number is 69500. So if we see, then 69500 is the greatest. Here it is 66356 and it's 69500. So that is how we work with arrays. The double dimensional array is same. You have to give another number and you can iterate through it. If we give another 4 inside it for the second number, then for the first number you iterate to all the numbers, for second number you iterate to all the numbers, and like this it will work the same. So that's all for today. I hope you liked this video, and if you did so, then press the like button, because the like motivates me for making more this kind of tutorial videos, and subscribe to our channel for more this kind of coding and tutorial videos. And with that, thanks for watching.